Breakfast English Podcast.
1,700 euros?
Is that your budget for a new bike, Mark? Or maybe for a VIP ticket to a Champions League match?
I wish. No, Emily, that is the average invoice a student pays a private tutor for a full IELTS prep course. And here's the ticker. Half of that time, the tutor is just circling typos and saying, hey, use moreover instead of and.
That's a very expensive spell checker. What if I told you that in 2026, paying a human for basic feedback is borderline criminal?
Bold claim. Are we about to put thousands of tutors out of a job today?
I'm saying that everyone has a digital examiner in their pocket that is 100 times faster at grading essays and 1,000 times more patient when listening to your speaking practice. Today on the Breakfast English Podcast, we're building your personal AI-powered IELTS lab.
No fluff, no bot talk, just the raw strategy. How to force Claude and ChatGPT to grade your essays using the official Band 9.0 descriptors. Why NotebookLM is the end of the textbook era and how it handles 70% of your research. And how to use Gemini Live to simulate a high-pressure speaking test without the awkwardness of talking to a wall.
If you still think AI is just for making funny pictures or cheating on homework, this episode is your wake-up call.
Finish your coffee, people. It's time to stop draining your bank account and start hacking your score. Emily, let's dive into the monster itself. Writing task 2. How do we stop paying humans to read our bad grammar?
Let's get started.
All right, Emily, writing task 2. The blank page, the 40-minute ticking clock. This is where dreams go to die. Usually, you write an essay, send it to a tutor, and wait 3 days for feedback. How does AI fix this?
The old way is slow and expensive. The AI way is instant and brutal. But here is the secret. You can't just say, fix my grammar. That's like asking a chef to make food. You need to give the AI the IELTS band descriptors.
You mean the actual grading criteria? The coherence, lexical resource, and all that jargon?
Exactly. I use Claude for this because its writing style is much more human. You paste the official grading rubric and ask it to grade your essay strictly as an IELTS examiner.
And it actually works? It doesn't just say, good job?
It's terrifyingly accurate. It will point out that your task response is weak because you didn't support your second argument. But here's my favorite hack, the reverse outline.
Sounds technical. Explain.
You take a Band 9.0 model answer and ask ChatGPT to create a logical skeleton of this essay. Then you try to build your own essay using that same skeleton. It's like having a world-class architect draw the blueprint while you just lay the bricks.
I like that. But what about task 1? You know, the fun part with the bar charts and the line graph showing the production of cocoa beans in Ghana.
That's where ChatGPT Plus or Gemini shine. You can literally take a photo of the chart from your Cambridge book, upload it, and ask it to identify the 3 most significant trends for an IELTS Task 1 introduction. It teaches your eyes what to look for.
So basically, I'm not just getting my errors fixed, I'm training my brain to see the patterns.
Exactly. And for the final polish, use Quillbot or DeepL Write. They won't just fix a comma, they'll offer you 3 different ways to phrase a sentence to make it sound more academic.
Okay, so we've got the what and the how for writing, but I'm still staring at a mountain of PDF files and notes on my desk. I think it's time we talk about your super organizer.
You mean the tool that literally reads your mind? Let's talk about NotebookLM.
Okay, Emily, my desk is a graveyard of half-finished PDF practice tests, random vocabulary lists, and IELTS essential articles I bookmarked 3 months ago and never read. How does NotebookLM save me from this mess?
Imagine taking that whole graveyard of PDFs and throwing them into a digital brain that only knows your material. That's NotebookLM. You don't chat with the internet, you chat with your own study library.
So I upload my Cambridge practice books 1 to 18, and then what? I just ask it, hey, what's on page 54?
Much better than that. You can ask it to cross-reference your own mistakes. You upload 5 of your graded essays and ask it to find the top 3 grammatical errors you keep making.
Wait, it analyzes my personal patterns? That's like having a tutor who's been watching me for a month.
Exactly. And here is the killer feature for the reading section. If you're struggling with a dense academic text about 19th century history or climate change, you ask NotebookLM to generate a study guide. It will extract the key arguments and create a glossary of the hardest words just from that text.
So we've organized the brain, we've fixed the writing, but we still haven't touched one huge part of the exam. Listening. A lot of students lose their biggest points here because the recordings are fast, the accents are tricky, and you only get to hear everything once.
Exactly. Listening used to be the section where you felt completely helpless. Now AI turns it into one of your strongest skills, and it's surprisingly fun.
So how do we actually train it?
First, NotebookLM becomes your personal listening coach. You upload the audio file from any Cambridge practice test, plus the transcript. Then you ask it to create prediction exercises, highlight linking words, weak forms, and tricky accents, and even generate extra questions at the exact difficulty level you need. It can tell you exactly why British speakers drop their T sounds or how Australian intonation changes the meaning.
That already sounds way better than just pressing play and hoping for the best.
But here's where it gets next level. You switch to Gemini Live and turn your phone into an interactive listening partner. You say, "Hey Gemini, let's roleplay. You are a strict IELTS examiner and I'm the candidate. Ask me part 1 questions about my hometown." And it won't just wait for you to finish. It listens to your rhythm, your hesitations, and even your intonation.
And the best part? If you mess up, you can just say, "Wait, Gemini, how do I say that more professionally?" And it stops, explains, and continues. No judgment, no €50 per hour guilt.
Exactly. But Gemini is for flow and confidence. If you want surgical precision on pronunciation, you need ELSA Speak.
ELSA? The one that tells me my TH sounds like a duh?
Yes, that one. ELSA Premium in 2026 now has a dedicated IELTS speech analyzer. You record a full 2-minute cue card answer and it gives you a color-coded transcript. Green for perfect, red for you sound like a robot. It catches the tiny pronunciation errors that actually lower your score in the pronunciation category.
So Gemini for the vibe and confidence, and ELSA for the surgical repair of your accent.
Precisely. And for those who want the full exam simulation, tools like MyCivi or Speechful are now using AI avatars that look and act like real examiners. They even mimic the blank stare to help you get used to the pressure.
Man, the future is intense. So we've conquered writing, we've organized our brain with NotebookLM, we've sharpened listening, and we've tamed the speaking beast. What's left?
The fuel mark, the vocabulary and grammar, because even the best AI can't help you if you don't have the words to say.
All right, Emily, we've got the strategy, we've got the feedback, but let's be real. If I'm stuck using the word good and bad for the whole test, I'm not hitting that band 7.5. How does AI help me actually remember the fancy words?
This is where most students fail. They write a word list and then never look at it again. In 2026, we use the AI-to-Anki pipeline.
Anki? That spaced repetition app that looks like it was designed in 1995 but works like magic?
Exactly. But forget typing cards manually. Now you can take your Claude feedback or your NotebookLM glossary and turn those advanced adjectives into a personalized deck with definitions and example sentences. You import it in 10 seconds and boom, you have a deck built around your own weaknesses. And for the grammar? Please don't tell me I have to read a 500-page textbook. No textbooks. Use DeepL Write. It's like a gym for your sentences. You type a basic, boring sentence and it shows you 5 academic versions. It's not just correcting you, it's showing you the nuance between maybe and it is highly probable that. It's like having a sophistication slider for your brain. Spot on. It builds that academic intuition you need for the reading and writing papers. Wow. So let's recap. For the price of basically €0, we just built a world-class IELTS prep center. Claude for the brutal grading, NotebookLM for the digital brain, Gemini Live for the stress-free speaking and listening practice, and Anki to make it all stick. Exactly, Mark. But here's the golden rule for our listeners. AI is a high-speed treadmill, but you still have to do the running. It can hallucinate and it can be too nice sometimes. So always cross-check with official Cambridge practice tests.
So what's the homework for tomorrow morning?
Simple. Pick one Task 2 topic, write it, feed it to Claude. Then upload that rewrite to NotebookLM and let it explain the vocabulary. That's your first 30 minutes. Done.
I love it. Efficient, cheap, and actually kind of fun. Listeners, if you've used any other AI hacks for your English, tag us on Instagram or drop a comment on YouTube. We want to see your progress.
I've shared my experience using artificial intelligence for learning, but I'm sure there are other ways to use AI. Let me know in the comments what you use when preparing for exams or studying English. Until next time, keep your coffee hot and your English sharp.
Happy studying, everyone. Bye.